Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it, especially my new viewers and new subscribers. Your kindness, your generosity, your support of my channel has truly been amazing, and I would never take that for granted. I'm truly grateful for that. I'm a 57-year-old American who grew tired of the 9-to-5 existence that I was living over in America and decided to pack it all in search of a new life in the Philippines. Well, I found that new life, and I want to share with you my boots on the ground experiences the only way I know how. That's by giving you the nitty gritty. That's just exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing, and I'm never going to sugarcoat it. It's not going to start today. I just want to talk about, Filipinas and the swab test. Is it a deal breaker? Absolutely. If she doesn't want to take that swab test, that's a red flag. I would move on. I'm just going to give you some boots on the ground experience. No one's taking those tests over here unless they absolutely have to. If they're stranded, like early on in the lockdowns, a lot of people were stranded. They couldn't get home. But one of the requirements was to take that RT-PCR swab test and have a negative swab test. And since then, no one's taking it. People are afraid over here. They're even talking about not taking the vaccine. So if you're going to come 8,000 miles, I would suggest that you protect yourself, protect your investment, okay, which is you, which is your trip. Because I'm not one of those guys from the conspiracy department. I believe COVID is real. It stopped the world in its tracks. It's put so many people out of work. It's caused just an economic disaster. So I'm not going to be one of them to say, oh, this is some kind of conspiracy by these governments all over the world. No, this stuff is real. And all the stuff that you have to go through, all the hoops you got to jump through before you even take the swab test or the vaccine to get over here, asking her to take that test is not asking too much. I mean, that's the least she can do. Okay? You've done it all, guys. I mean, what more can she ask of you to do? So now it's time for you to ask her to do something. Please take that swab test, even if you've taken the vaccine. Because there's so many vaccines over here, who knows which one's effective? Excuse me. I mean, I'm so confused. I was looking in Manila Times today. There's no less than 5 to 6 different vaccines that they're going to give to the people over here, and I don't understand that. How are you going to get any type of commonality, any type of results? How are you going to base that on all of these different recipes, so to speak? It's like having a different recipe for every KFC you go to. All right? But it's not like that. They have that same recipe. I don't care if you eat KFC in the Philippines or you eat it in the United States. It's the same. But it's time, guys, that we take a stand with this COVID. Yeah, you don't want to come all the way over here and get infected because they're not taking the test. I'm telling you, this is boots on the ground information I'm giving you. I had to take the test, and it's uncomfortable, so what? If I wanted to come back to San Carlos City, I was going to have to take that test. It cost me $550. Now it's less. So your girl, her test is going to cost less. All right, and remember, make sure that she does it 72 hours before you get here. It's not going to do any good after that. You can't trust the results after that. But yeah, on top of her checkup that you want her to take, and you say, well, did your girlfriend take all that? Absolutely, because you know why? She was in the hospital in August having our baby. She took all those tests. When I got here, she was good to go. I was good to go. See, I couldn't come home. I couldn't get here. I couldn't come here without a negative RT-PCR test. So, yeah, guys, you have to pay for the dating site. You're paying for the plane ride. You're paying for the hotel. You're paying for everything. You're jumping through every hoop that they've got available over here. So let her jump through a hoop, because let me remind you something, guys. It takes a special man to come over here anyway. If it was easy, everybody would be over here, but it's not easy. That's why, a friend of mine, Sal from Chicago, he said, Calvin, how many people you really think is going to show up when the borders open over there? I said, well, you know, quite a few, but a small percentage of the people who actually say they're coming over here because they really don't know what lies ahead of them. I always have to remind you, this is not Mexico, guys. This is not the Dominican Republic. It's not even Brazil. Somewhere halfway through that flight, you're going to say to yourself, what in the world have I got myself into? See, when I first came over in 2009, I was crazy as hell. They say the midlife crisis isn't real, but I beg to differ. I say it is, because I made reservations. Listen to this, how crazy I was. I didn't know anything about the Philippines. I made reservations to come to the Philippines for 1 week. Yeah, I had no idea. The plane ride was no big deal to me. You know, I was just wondering, well, when are we going to get here? Yeah, about 18 hours later, we arrived here. My body did not cooperate in that week. I had to extend a week because I was having so much fun, but my body just was not, had not got acclimated to the time change and all of that, man. It's a hell of a flight, you know, and I always remind you of that. So yeah, it takes a special man to come over here. I don't care who you are. Yeah, so make her take that test, guys. Even if she took the vaccine, I wouldn't trust the vaccine over here. There's too many vaccines that they've got over here. They've got that CoronaVac, then they got that one from India, then they've got one from, let's see, the UK, that AstraZeneca. They're negotiating with Russia. And then, of course, you know, they got the Moderna. They just got a contract with Moderna. So who's to say which one of these vaccines is going to be the most effective? I'm confused about that. I'm doing my research about that now, about which one, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pay for mine. All right? So if you got to take the swab test, which you probably already did, if you got to take the vaccine, which you definitely going to have to take that vaccine, unless you are one of them late bloomers that come over here after they've reached herd immunity over here, if they ever do. You know, they're talking about 60 to 70 million people being vaccinated. But you have to understand, the Philippines has only vaccinated 145,000 to this point. At the rate that they're going now, according to the Manila Times, it would take 15 years to reach that herd immunity. So you can't go by that. Send her that look, send her $30. I mean, $30 extra dollars on top of the money you already sending her. Because see, yeah, you're sending her money already. It don't matter. You know, you're grown men. You can do whatever you want to do. I just try to give you my boots on the ground experience. I try to share with you the mistakes I made. See, my mistakes have become my secrets. I share them with you. But I know something inside of us that makes us want to be this savior for some reason. And see, they really take advantage of that. You know, people from the West, we're really kind-hearted. When, you know, look at George Floyd. I often remind you, we raised $13 million for his family. Even raised $1.5 million for his sister. I don't know why, but they did. They cut her funding off because, you know, they probably said like me, like, why are we even raising money for the sister? They stopped it at $1.5 million, but I'm just saying, we've got that soft spot, we've got that sweet spot, and people take advantage of us. And they definitely do over here. You know, that's why I won't do any more interviews that I've been doing, you know, because women have caught on. The 3 women that I've interviewed, you know, they say Sunshine Shoulders got the Midas touch. Well, that's not what my channel's about. You know, I'm not going to, you know, be complicit in helping, you know, my fellow man get used. I'm supposed to be helping him to avoid that. But yeah, they flipped it around on me, and so I won't do that anymore. I mean, these women are living better than I'm living right now. I mean, they've got brand new everything. So now their friends, cousins, relatives, everybody wants to be interviewed by Sunshine Shoulders. And here's the excuse. Oh, I'm signing up with the dating site, but I can't find anybody on there. There's no serious people on there. Well, it's the same people on my channel that's on the dating sites. You just got to have a little bit more patience. And see, that's one thing Filipinos have. That's the biggest advantage they have over us, guys. We're impatient. That's why we send the money. That's why we go crazy when we come over here. The man who has some discipline, who has some patience when he gets over here, he's going to win. The rest of us, the 95% of us, we're going to lose. We're going to end up marrying the wrong person. We're going to end up giving away all our money. We're going to end up going home broke. You know, swearing we're never going to come back to the Philippines. See, but there's a 5%, guys, 5%ers, and I know some. I'm going to do a video on it, who come over here, man, and succeed beyond our wildest dreams because we don't have the patience. They have it. This system over here goes to teach them patience. Trust me. And so thank you guys for stopping by today. But yeah, that's a deal breaker. It's a red flag. And I'm giving you boots on the ground information. No one is taking that test over here. Nobody's taking it. All right? For one thing, they can't afford it. Another thing, they don't even have to take it. They're not going anywhere. So they're not taking it. They don't know if they've got COVID or not. They don't know if the numbers that the government over here has is real or not. I don't know how they figure those numbers out around the world anyway, when so few people are taking that test. See, so send her an extra $30 to get a checkup for all the other stuff and that COVID test. Protect your investment. Protect your trip. Protect your life. Don't come 8,000 miles and leave one stone unturned. Or you're going to regret it. Because I'm doing a video now. I'm talking to some guys now. They want me to tell their horror stories. And I said, okay, if it's going to help somebody, of course I will. And they're telling me now, you know, I'm reading through emails now, getting it together. Guys, there's some horror stories. You don't want to be a part of that group, but you will if you come over here and you know, what did the guy say? Only fools rush in. Yeah, but that's what we become when we get over here. Fools. So thank you so much for stopping by today. I really, really appreciate it. If you're in America, it's early. You got the whole rest of the day to find somebody to help. When you're on your lunch break, when you're on your weed break, you get off from work, from third shift, and you see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink. Give them a hug, man. You know, say something nice to them. A lot of them people don't get the $1,400 stimulus checks. They haven't worked. You know, they don't know how to fill out the no filing tool. Show them how to do that over there. If you're in the Philippines, it's getting late. It's about 8 o'clock. So I hope you help somebody, because there's no excuse not to help nobody over here. There's millions and millions of people over here that need your help. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free, and I'll see you next time.